Hi everyone, and welcome to celebrating Pinktober! Yay! Thank you so very much for
Yay.
joining us tonight, and it's gonna be a lovely night indeed to spend together. As I am honored to have two distinguished speakers who will be joining us tonight. Again, I'm Indah Nuria, and I'm happy to see all these familiar faces. Some of you are wearing pink, and I really appreciate that because I take it as a support for us, the breast cancer survivors, as well as those fighting it at the point. But even if you don't wear it, by coming here tonight, it is indeed a great honor for us, the warriors, as well as the breast cancer survivors. So without further ado, tonight we are going to have a sharing and caring session, meaning that the three of us, me, Inda, and then Doc Dels, our dearest, coolest doctor in Google Connect, as well as Shreeya, our lovely dear Shreeya, will share some of our experiences since our life is touched by cancer or particularly breast cancer. So we move on next, Rahmat. And Rahmat is such a dear helping me with the presentation. So tonight, maybe before I start, I would like to again welcome you, and then I put it in the chatting box, the link for the photo albums, and you can also join the quiz later on, which is going to be lovely presented by Raja, and I think Raja has has given you the information as well about how to join the quiz. So now I'm gonna take a few moment of your precious time to share stories about how I get acquainted um, with breast cancer. So it was all started with one lump. It's just one tiny lump, like something that I can feel on my right breast, and it's not hurting at all. But then what happened is it happens to be breast cancer, and it changes my life forever. So back in 2014, I was not feeling. I was feeling okay. Oh, hi, Awadi. Look at you, looking great with the
Hi,
headscarf.
Wadi. Pinky girl.
Yeah,
Ready?
I have this cool
Hi.
girl. Thank you and welcome. I just started the
Oh
set
my
starting
God,
the
Queen
house.
of Pink.
Yeah.
Oh, great, great. In Lagos, we have something we usually say.
Uh-huh.
We say you better be late than arrive ugly. So you know.
I can't agree more. Thank you so much, Iwade, and you arrived beautifully, my queen, as always. Okay, so anyway, guys, back to a little story of my breast cancer fight. So again, back in 2014, it all started with one lump. In one of the medical checkup that I got before I went to New York City for my next for my next posting at that time, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that I think there is something on your right breast. It was just a lump. It's not painful at all. Nothing changes. I'm still as energetic as always. The skin on my breast is not changing. Nothing changes at all. So I think, oh, okay, it's just a lump. But then next, um, when I arrive in New York City, again, it becomes sort of a habit for me to have another general checkup. I go to my GP or general practitioner, and then we have a serious check on that. Rahmat, can we move to the next slide? So, long story short, when I met my GP back in 2014, we have a series of check or procedures to ensure what's really going on. What is that lump in my breast? So I had my USG or the ultrasound, and the result was not that good because they can see some calcification or some mass form on my breast. Then it's followed with the mammogram or mammography, which also came with not so good result because it shows even clearer about what's going on. Then after that, I got a biopsy. Maybe doctor can tell you more about those medical terms, but biopsy is basically the condition, the treatment where you have when some of the samples from your body was taken in order to send it to the lab and to check things out. So it all happened very fast. I arrived in New York in May, and then I do everything in the end of June and July, beginning of July. And then in July 11, I was called by my doctor, and I was in the middle of a meeting. It's you know I came to one of the UN meetings at that time, and then the doctor called me, and she said that she has something important to tell me. And you know what I said? Doctor, can you call me back after the meeting, please? Because I'm like in the middle of the meeting, and it's at the UN, and I can't, I just have to step out of the room in order to take the phone. But the doctor said, no, I cannot wait for this because I have to tell you something extremely important. Okay, so I step out of the room. I talk to the doctor. All right, I'm free to speak now. And she just said that, I'm sorry to say this, but the lab result has came back, the biopsy has came back, and then you have breast cancer. As simple as that. You have breast cancer. And I know it was like 6 years ago, but I still remember vividly what happened because I was dumbfounded. I was struck. I don't know what else to say. I was just like, oh, okay. And I didn't say anything. And then the doctor said to me, Indah, don't worry. We know what to do. Just make sure you make the appointment directly to my office as soon as you can, and then we will discuss what will be the next steps that I have to do because I have breast cancer. And again, next, Rahmat. So this is the big struggle that I have. I mean, I've been very healthy, very active. I never have any problems or any complaints with my health before. I mean, even when I was pregnant, I was giving birth to my kids. I have everything in normal and just fit as a fiddle. So by the time when you hear that news that you had breast cancer, it's like the end of the world. Like you go blank. You just don't know what to do. You keep asking yourself, what happened? What is this? Why me? Why breast cancer? Why now? When I just arrived in New York City, when I'm so excited to start my new post and assignment, and what happened if I have breast cancer? Will I die? How about my kids? What do I do with my family? What can I? Oh, how can I tell this to my family, to my husband? How can they handle this? And what do I have to do? So thousands of questions are in my head. And I just, like you get so restless. You know that you have to do a lot of things, but you don't know where to start. And on the other hand, you were so worried because, when you hear a word cancer, then everybody think like, oh my goodness, cancer is like a death sentence, at least at that time. But of course, I was wrong because cancer is not the end of the world. And I was lucky again because by the time I got diagnosed, it was quite early. It was only stage 2C. And as you know, we have 4 stages in cancer, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is a terminal, 1 is the start. And I was diagnosed with the 2C breast cancer. Then I start learning what's the breast cancer is all about. Then, if you Google it, you have so many open sources about what cancer is, what breast cancer is, and then what you can do, what you have to do, what you can do to prevent that, and then what happened if you got diagnosed with this, what would be the steps and things like that. And then I have to say that it was quite shocking to know that 1 in 8 women nowadays at the global level suffer from breast cancer. Of course, in a different level. So that means not always a terminal condition, but in different stages as well. But noting that you have the chances of getting breast cancer means that we have to be extremely careful as well. I'm looking at the chat box as well at this point. Banisa, what symptoms are felt? So you go to the doctor. there is not really there is no symptoms at all. I just feel the lump, but like a little benjolan, like the lump on your right breast, and it's there. I mean, women, especially those who gave birth and then breastfed their kids, we are so used to having milk glands, right? The milk glands inside of your breast. So you think having lump on your breast is normal, and in my case, there is no pain at all. There is no pain, no abnormalities, no changes in the shape or the skin. So I was lucky because I had my medical checkup. If I don't do my medical checkup, I don't know what will happen. I mean, maybe I find out about the cancer, but maybe it's too late. So again, long story short, can we move to the next? Yes, the next slide. Thank you so much, Rahmat. So then my fight against breast cancer officially starts. So by the time I had my diagnosis in July 11th, I started to come and have this series of consultation with my doctor as well as my oncologist. I have to say it's a long and winding roads. I have to come to hospital 1,000 times, so many times to have blood check, to have my diabetes or my glucose level test, to check with my allergies, to have more ultrasound, and then I even have the fish. I forgot what's the abbreviation of the fish. It's sort of examination where you have to drink something in order to find what's really going on with your body. Because after you drink something with this particular liquid, then they do the PET scan, like scanning your body, and then they can pinpoint some of the abnormalities in your body. So a lot of
That's
tests.
actually
Yeah.
a radioactive element. So that's what they put it, so that it would highlight in your body, and that could be seen in your
Yeah.
scan. So
Yeah, that's the name.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that I need. That I mean.
Yeah,
So
that's name is fluorescence in situ hybridization. So kind of the chemical
that,
liquids, that
that's good.
marker. Yeah.
What I remember is fish, Dr. Dag,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it is
That's
abbreviated
the
as
stand
fish. Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Yes,
It
exactly.
is a fluorescent substance that I took. It
Mhm.
doesn't taste good at all, but but it's I have to do it. So, and I braced myself to do everything that the doctor told me because I wanted to get rid of all the cancer cells from my body. So yeah, it's a real pain and a real struggle. I have mastectomy. When all part of your breast is taken out through the operation. We have choices actually. You can do lumpectomy, where only the affected cancer cell taken, or you can have mastectomy, where everything is taken out. So since I have 3 lumps and it's spread all over my right breast, and lumpectomy will not help, so I take the mastectomy instead. And I was quite lucky to actually get mastectomy and then followed by breast reconstruction after that. Then I have 16 rounds of chemotherapy for my breast cancer. So it's 4 times of AC and 12 times of Taxol and Herceptin. So those are the name of the regime or the name of the medicine that I took to cure my breast cancer. So perhaps Shreeya later on will share the same thing about the journey of her mom, whether we are taking the same regime of chemotherapy. And then after that, I have the radiation as well, 25 times, and intensive consultation followed after that. Every morning at 8 a.m., I have to be ready in that big long table. I put that some of the photos in there, and I have to do things like this because I need to give the area of my right breast to be exposed to the radiation. It is using the safe nuclear radiation in New York City. So yeah, it's not painful, but after 20 times, my skin starts burning and it gets darker and it hurts. So they gave me like an ointment to pull it down. So Yeah, I mean, now I can say it with nice big smile, but when I have to do it, when I have to do it, it's quite a struggle. Okay, so next, I have a lot of question here, but I think I'll get back to that. Okay, guys. So that's the thing. I have to do the mastectomy, the radiation, the chemotherapy, and then after that, I have to take a lot of pills as well. Sometimes it's painkiller and anti-nausea pills as well, because chemotherapy is really really annoying. Like I don't know how to describe that precisely, but it's not like when you have a disease or something. It's like a combination when you got nausea or you got tired when you're pregnant, and when you also suffer from hepatitis. Like lack of energy, you can't eat anything, you throw up all the time. It's it's a zombie mode. I call it that way because that's exactly what happened. But again, long story short, after all those treatment that I have to go through, I lost a lot. I lost all my hair, not only the hair on my head, but every hair, like no eyebrows, nothing on the armpit, which is good because then I don't have to clean it up again. But no hairs on my skin, on my body at all. And when you don't have eyebrows, you look so weird because it's just different. It's different. But that's the impact of chemotherapy. Like I have bleedings in several parts of my body, my teeth, as well as my, what do we call this, my nails. They turn not only yellowish but also purplish. Like when you hit your nails with something, you have the internal bleedings. So during the chemo, I have that as well. It's not painful. It was not painful, but it looks horrible because your nails looks dark and purple, like something is wrong. Because basically chemo is putting toxic into your body. But as I said, I lost a lot of stuff, like lost weight, lost hair, lost good time. I don't go to work. I stay at home. But God has been very wonderful and merciful to me, because then He showed the real love, the real support, the real faith, and the real great things from everyone. My hubby, my kids, my big family, my parents, my brothers, sisters, my colleagues at the office, my bosses, my friends at the UN, even strangers. When I took the subway, when I go to the hospital, for example, for one of my treatment, they don't know me, but they say, "Looking cool with the bald hair, lady. Keep fighting." They know that we are fighting cancer, and it really warms my heart. Like they keep giving you prayers, they make you feel strong, even though they don't know you. And I found these real and great communities as well. I joined the Making Stride Against Breast Cancer in New York. I joined Love Pink Indonesia here in Indonesia. I joined Cancer Foundation, or Yayasan Kanker Indonesia here. And I met a lot of survivors. And even during my chemo, sometimes my nurse, knowing me trying to be cheerful all the time, they took me to different patients, especially those who just started their chemotherapy, and then they want me to speak to me because they want me to share the experience of having chemo. And I said, of course, it's not going to be nice or it's not going to be fun, but you can do it. Like trying to support every patient in there, and I feel so happy to do that. And again, as I said, it's a fresh start. God gave me a restart button by giving me breast cancer, and I really, really appreciate that. Okay, next. What we can do to survive and prevent. I think that part will be beautifully presented by Doc Dels later on, and Shreeya as well. So next, Rahmat. But one thing for sure, I just have a few messages before I end my story. Never forget that early detection is the best protection that we can do. When you find out about cancer as early as you can, then you have bigger chance to actually heal 100%, or let's say 98% from cancer. So here, self breast exam, or in bahasa Indonesia we call it sadari, periksa payudara sendiri, is very important. You might think like, oh, you're just checking your breast and nothing important about it. I mean, we can do later or tomorrow or maybe next week. But believe me, the breast cancer is the self breast exam is really a lifesaver, because when in my case when I found that lump, only satu benjolan, and then I started to go to the doctor. Then I found out that this is cancer. I found it at the very early stage. And then the next one is the clinical breast exam, you know, like the medical checkup that you do with your doctor also helps. In bahasa Indonesia, we call it sadanis or sadar periksa payudara secara klinis. And that will help as well because you go to the expert, you go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell you what's really going on and what to do. And Shreeya is right. It's not only for breast cancer, but it's also for every cancer. So if you have any changes in your body, something alien, something unique, something different, something not normal or abnormal with your body, don't take it for granted, please. Because, I mean, your body is very clever. Your body is so smart. It gives you the signal. It's just us sometimes being so ignorant or being like, oh, I'm strong, I'm young, I'm okay. You don't care about that signal. But please, 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 when you get that signal from your body, it's better to check it out because it's good to know it early instead of regretting it because you're coming too late. All right, so I think that will conclude, right, Rahmat? Thank you so much for listening. I know it's been more than 10 minutes, but stay safe, happy, and healthy, everyone. And back to you, Raja, and back to
Hello, great presentation, Indah.
Wow,
Yes,
so
thank you.
inspiring.
Wow,
Yeah, so inspiring.
commendable.
Okay, good
Indra, you
evening.
are a fighter. You are a fighter. God
Yes.
Sama
bless you.
Rosli. We are
Okay.
all fighters.
Yeah.
Indah, you iron
Okay.
girl.
Thank you, Indah, for your sharing. Kak Indah,
Thank you,
thank you.
Raja. Thank
Okay.
you,
Good.
everyone. Really appreciate this.
Okay. Good evening,
Next.
everyone. To all my local guides, friends around the world, wherever you are. Welcome back to Pinktober virtual meetup. Before we go to the next session, there is one speaker from Indonesia, of course, Dr. Dels. She gonna share about some insight from medical point of view about breast cancer. Okay, so I would like to remind you because in the last session there is the one and only local guide from all the way come from India, Shreeya. Big applause to her. Yes, because we know how her journey in accompanying her mother battling cancer and give some I like point to always remember about breast cancer. Okay, now we're gonna hear about sharing from the one and only Doc Del. Back to you.
Yeah,
Hey,
Doctor.
Yeah,
thank
the time
you.
is yours.
Thank you, Raja. So, Rahmat, can you open my presentations? So first of all, I think I would like to say thank you, Indah, for arranging these important, meetups. It's not really matter whether this is registered or not in Connect, but it's really to share about the experience and share to others. And it's really, your personal experience is really important to be shared to others so we can learn. And I agree with Rosie ma'am that you are fighter. Okay, Rahmat. All right. So, good evening, everyone. So I'm Dels. I'm Indonesia local guides. Now I'm in level 8. In these sessions, actually, I would like only to share with you about the breast cancer awareness. And I think this is not really as the replacement of the consultation. It's really about my understanding and my, about the breast cancer itself, so it's not replacing of the medical suggestion, right? Okay, so next slide, please. Go ahead, click. Yeah, so Indah is already described about her experience, right? The personal experience. It's really more important to hear from the person who got it, right? So this is like easier part of me because Indah already described it very clearly, right? So what is a breast cancer? So again, the warning sign you shouldn't ignore. Just like Indah was saying, it's not really matter about the small lump or mass. So it's really important. So you know everyone every woman, no matter the age, we really need to start to check in our breast. So what we expect. So like Indah was informed to us recently that whether we have a lump or mass in our breast, it's whether it's very small or mobile. So you need to make sure that okay, this is something wrong. This is not really should be happen in normal, right? And if you also have the experience whether the nipple is suddenly inverted or goes in, or we call the dimple, or discharge, but this actually these 2 points it's in the later stage. So if you know at the when you doing taking a bath and using your soap and etc. So of course we touch our breast, right? So we really need to have the awareness if this is not you know something not normal, like we feel like mass even though this is not hurt, or any changes we can see in our breast. So we need to you know check, because we couldn't ignore it, right? If this is already like nipple inverted or dimple or having the discharge, actually it's already in the late stage. Or if when we found like lump or mass in our breast, and usually we got like fever, but we already taking the medications treated for infection, but it doesn't get any better, usually after like a week or two, then we have also think need to check further, right? So the suggestion is doing the mammogram or the mammography. So it's suggested to do it, routinely. So whenever you already like start in 30, in 40 especially, just do it. Check the mammography whether there is a lump or mass in your breast or not. Just do it. So I was also would like to highlight to everyone, especially my colleague from Indonesia, as Indah was saying that there's a lot of informations. You just Google it, but you can search the very accurate informations for the. This is I took from the Instagram of Kementerian Kesehatan Indonesia, so the Ministry of Health. So there's a lot of information there. So you can see from that the infographic and the informations. So caring is, sharing is caring, but just make sure the source is really accurate, because otherwise it will be get you lost, right? Okay. So next slide. All right, so this is the other information that we can see and we can find it in the Kementerian Kesehatan Indonesia, so the Ministry of Health. Indah also already mentioned about what is the Sadari, and then Sadani is actually that the abbreviations from Indonesia language, right? So Sadari, we actually do it a self-assessment. Well, Sadanis, NIS stand for the clinician. So you have to check to your clinicians or to doctor. So it should be two. First, we really need to understand and check ourselves, because this is the very important steps in the very early. And then if we think something, whether there is something that bother us, so just come to the clinicians. come to the doctor. So in the middle, you can see here, this is I took from the Pita Pink. This is another, the NGO in Indonesia, which is also collaborations with the Ministry of Health. There's actually many NGO in Indonesia, I think, like Indah. This is only one of the example. You can see also some information from there. So this is also another the infographic, but apologize for people from outside of Indonesia. So this is the stand for to make sure that we do it check routinely. So the abbreviation name is CERDIC. So cek kesehatan secara rutin, routinely check your health, and then ignore or avoiding the smoking, and then do your activities, and then diet and take rest, and also managing the stress. We cannot, we cannot avoid the stress, but the important is how we manage the stress. Because stress is every day, right? But the important is how us to manage the stress itself. Okay, the next slide, please. Click next. Okay, just like Indah was described to us recently, when she got the information coming from her doctor. So what next after the doctor inform us that we are get the diagnosis as a breast cancer? So first, get educated, because knowledge is power. Read many things, read the information from the right source. And then the second one, Indah also described very well, it's create the support system. What is the create the support system? Of course, whether you are already having your family or you are living alone, it's really important to having the support system, asking your communities, asking to your doctor, and then understanding the support system, because it's really important. And I can see also Indah herself is having the positive impact, not only for herself but also to other survivor. So this is important. And the third one is plan ahead. What does it mean? So a plan ahead, when we are taking continuous medications, radiations, or after the surgery, we need to plan ahead. For example, if like Indah already got 2 kids before, right? So Indah is really need to have a plan how to manage the kids. So it's it's really important, right? So Indah also already said that her husband is really support. So everything it really need to plan ahead. And another point, it's really important. It's decide what to say to your friends, to your family, and also to your work. It really depends on us. But I can see, and everyone's also see what Indah was saying. Indah was decided that she informed to the friends and her family, also share it to the work. That's okay, because it's really depend on us. But the more important is you have to think that you are not alone. It's really important, right? And the last point, it's also we need to consider the second opinion. Doctor is also human, right? So of course, the standard of the sets of diagnosis and the treatment, it's there. But it is not wrong if we really need to have the second opinion from other doctors to see other suggestion or recommendation. So it's really important also. So if you are having a doubt, you can always come to have the second opinion. So this is also important to understand. Okay, next slide, please. So go ahead, Rahmat. So yeah, just click, click, click. So what is actually the cause of cancer? I saw one of the question in the chat box. What is the tumor and cancer? Uh, Cancer actually is part of tumor, but it's malignancy. Atau kita bilang dalam bahasa Indonesia, it's ganas. If only tumor is benign. Bina artinya jinak. So what is the difference? So the difference between the cancer and the terminology of tumor is the mass that is really spread to everywhere and cannot control. While tumor usually they are also having bigger and bigger, but it's only sitting in the one side, not going everywhere to your entire body. So this is the difference. Okay. So why treating cancer is so difficult? Because until now we don't know. Although the medical education is very advanced, but to date there's still limitation what it exactly cause of the cancer itself. However, we understand this is related with some risk factors. So the risk factors actually there are two, which we can control and we cannot control. First, about the weight. If we have the obesity, so it really increasing the risk factor of cancer. This is not only for the breast cancer but the other cancer as well. And also a diet. We talk about the healthy foods, and this is also related to how we mobile and doing the exercise. This is also related with the smoking, stress and anxiety, and the alcohol consumptions, and also the hormonal therapies, which is oral contraceptive most of the time, or the radiations and the environmental pollutions. So this is the point that we can control. This is pretty much like, well, okay, this is okay, but it is really if you talk about the chronic diseases, prevention is really important, right? So this is including the any kind of cancer as well. So if we can control the risk factor that we can control, then this is the important step for us. Well, what others of the risk factors that we cannot control? Of course, gender, right? We cannot control. We born as a man, we born as a woman, we cannot control. Age also, and the history of cancer in the family as well. This is we cannot control as well. Or we do have the experience the radiation therapy for other diseases, or there is the breast cellular changes, which is the anatomical we cannot control as well, or the exposure the estrogen and pregnancy and breastfeeding. Actually is really good if you have a baby and do your breastfeeding, because it's many of studies showing that women who get always giving the breastfeeding to her child, or it's really decreasing the risk factors getting the breast cancer as well, or any other specific medications. So if we talk about then how we can prevent it, of course, we with understanding about these two risk factors, then we can control. But again, you know, this is the point. Actually, if we can control many things, it's not only preventing ourselves to get cancer, but actually also the other chronic diseases. So it's really important. Okay, next slide. And finally, if we talk about the treating breast cancer, it's really depend on the stage, and it's really depend on the patient itself. So you cannot compare one to another. For example, if you have the friend who got the also the same stage like 2C, like Indah who was first diagnosed in that stage, you cannot compare with others because our body is very unique. So it's really depend. If for example in the medications room or the medication that we receive from our doctors, perhaps it's different. So we cannot again compare, although we are in the same states. Some of the points, yes, probably similar, but of course it really depends on our body itself. And when we having the decision to treat the breast cancer, of course, this is our right as a patient to discuss the treatments. It's really from us. So doctor will give you some opinion and some options, but again, it should be discussed. It's not only one-way communication. This is important. And we before we having any kind of choices, again, it really depends on the states that patient is having, right? We really need to carefully understand about the choices, and we also need to discuss about the risks and side effects and understand how to manage it. So it's really important to have the discussion itself. So basically, any information you have to ask to your doctor about the breast cancer and also about decision of the treatment itself, including if you need to have the surgery and whether you need to have part of your breast take out or the whole of your breast take out and continue with the breast reconstruction as well. So this is also need to be discussed. And again, it's always to have seeking a second opinion, because sometimes when we have been diagnosed for cancer, especially cancer or other chronic diseases, we really get sad and etc. But just again, discuss with your family, and then you have, and we have actually, we have the right as a patient to have the second opinion as well. So next slide. So this is the some source information that I shared to you. So I will put in the chat box. So again, sharing is caring, but this is important which source that you are reading it, right? So it's really important. So I think this is my last slide. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Doc. Hearing from you, I remember my days when I was in my doctor's office or in my oncologist room. I mean, having that clear information and assurance that we can actually fight it, and that second opinion, as well as knowing all the choices you have, is very, very helpful.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when before I start my chemo, my doctor asked me whether I'm going to have another kids or not, because if
It's
I plan
different.
to,
Yes.
if I plan to do that, then I have to freeze my eggs because things can be absolutely damaged during the chemo. And
Correct.
I'm super blessed because every single step that I have to do, I started together with my husband. I always come to the doctor with him, and then we discuss a lot of things with him, and that helps a lot to boost my morale, as the cancer patient.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we will have more stories, right, Raja?
Yeah.
Ya, thank you Miss Indah for your sharing. Ya, terima kasih Kak Indah atas sharingnya yang luar biasa. Okay, today
And Dr. Doc.
I learned more about breast cancer, how's the prevention. So this is the new knowledge for me. So I'm very happy I'm part of this virtual meetup. Okay, thank you again. Thank you, Kak Indah. Okay, before we go to the next speaker, I would like to remind you because kita punya quiz nanti di session setelah sharing session. Okay, we have quiz. Tadi sudah saya sebutkan, berikan pertanyaan Anda di chat box. Nanti Kak Indah and Kak Del akan memilih salah satu pertanyaan terbaik. Okay. And then Kak Indah and Del will also choose one best dress code who wearing the good dress tonight according to our team. Pinktober. So okay, this is the last is we're gonna have a quiz. So with the first word together we can. Sharing is caring. Okay, so don't forget. Stay tuned. After this session, we're gonna have the big quiz. So this is the one of the most prize to you. This is special tumbler pink edition. So I don't know where to go this
Yay!
one. Then also these dolls, the pink also.
Thank you.
Okay,
Special
so
gift from Raja.
okay, so because I support this campaign Pinktober, so I'm respect to all the breast cancer survivor. So this is for
Thank
all
you,
of you guys.
Ja.
To you, this all
Thank you.
boys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Yeah, but
so
by the way, Raja, just
yes,
only 1 minute. So it's really also important to understand that thank you, not only women here, some men
Man,
is also joining because men also have the risk to get breast cancer as well.
Breast cancer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
although it's very rare, but it's really have the risk as well. But you don't have to do it really, doing the sadari to check your breast. But if you think something, then you have to talk to your doctor. Okay.
Yes, that's so true, Mbak Dokdel, because this is for Indonesians. Probably you have heard of Melly Guslo. Her father, um, Melky Guslo, he passed away because of the breast cancer, and he
Correct.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, he was. I mean, he was the man. From
Mm.
the last webinar that I joined, by Del, I think 1 in 1,000 of men has that
It's about, yeah, it is
probability.
about that
Yeah,
number.
yeah,
Correct.
has that probability. I mean, in
Mhm.
for ladies, it's a lot bigger because it's 1 in 8, but you still have that probability. So if you find something weird, you know where to go.
Yeah.
okay. Thank you for the
Ano,
information, Kak Indah and
uh-huh.
Kak Del. Okay, so this is the last but not least. The next session is sharing from one of local guy from India. She's Shreeya. It's a local guide level 8. So
Yay.
she will sharing about her journey in accompanying her mother battling cancer and give some highlight points to always remember. So please welcome Shreeya all the way from India. Thanks, bro.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you so
Congratulations,
much.
Radhi.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes,
Your
Shreya,
screen is
the
coming up,
same.
but we can only see your mouth. We can't see your face.
There's a different Shreya. There would be one more Shreya. Just pin that one, not my face one. Now, can you see the screen? Shall I go ahead then? Okay, so this is the Pinktober. Like the whole journey which Indama actually said, I can feel each and everything because being with mom, it's not like that I have been through it, but I can totally understand the whole pain, the whole process of going through it. So I'm here to give you some tips, tricks, and some facts which are literally important for every person to know about a breast cancer. Okay, so let's go to it. I'll talk about what is your role, not the person who is facing a cancer, but what is you as your loved one or a person or family member, what you can do before the journey starts and after the journey ends. That cancer doesn't end like that. It just comes an unknowing chapter in your life and it creates a whole change in your life. So before the cancer and after the cancer, and the next thing, what you should know, what are the facts, what are the myths, and most important, the self-examination. So this was the one quote which literally struck my head. It was like, it takes the courage to believe that the best is yet to come. And this was the great thought by Robin Roberts. She fought breast cancer twice, not only once, on time, but twice, and still she is there, living her life, fighting the whole journey. And she has this thought like, cancer is just a chapter in my life. It cannot define my whole life of being a cancer survivor. I have my whole journey, and cancer cannot define who I am. So this was the great thought from her. So
We can't see your
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah, Shreeya, we cannot see your presentation.
Yeah,
It was coming
we
before,
can
but
see the screen.
You not yet share the screen.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to send a screen.
Oh, I was sharing the screen. 1 minute.
Yep.
We saw that before.
Then why is it happening like that? Chrome wants to share. Yes. 1 minute. Now you can see.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
it.
I can see.
Yes, we can see it now.
We can see Shreeya.
Thank you
Cool.
for
Thank you,
informing
Shreeya.
me, because I cannot see while presenting. So thank you for letting me know. So the first thing which both Doc and Indah told us, like self-examination. I'll link a YouTube video in the chat section for you all for the exact 7 steps that you should follow every month. Okay, this is not like once in 6 months or once a year. No, every month you should do that after your menstrual cycle, after the 10 days of your menstrual cycle, and analyze yourself, love your body, give your body that 10 minutes to examine, and the risk is not there at all then. As she said, the early detection is really very important. So please check the video. You can literally Google out the self-examination 7 steps. They are really very easy steps to understand and examine your breast, because that is what is the first stage of breast cancer. You can literally see sometimes. Some cancers you can actually see, some you can still. This can help you a lot for the detection of breast cancer. So, the stages before and after. So before the diagnosis, I just the day when I just asked my mom to go to doctor, because she was having some pain in her chest, and she was like, it's okay, it will go, it's just hormonal, it comes when I'm having periods, and it will go after when my periods are gone. But that was happening for last 2-3 months with her, and then I was like, why are you taking it on your health? Just go to doctor, consult. And that time when doctor said, go for a mammogram, we'll see what happens. After mammogram, she was curious, like, this is not a hormonal tissue, you just go and have a biopsy. So the biopsy is that they take a tissue out of your breast and they examine the tissue, and that tissue is what can be detected. Is that a cancerous one, or is that a fibroidal one? So that, and the fibroidal one is like hormonal changes, and that happens in women. That happens due to our menstrual cycle, due to our sexual hormones, and I'll get into that later on. But that happens, and then when it's diagnosed, the whole impact. You are the first person to your loved one. Don't cry. I'm telling you, don't cry in front of them, or don't shatter your heart like, oh my gosh, she's facing a cancer. No, don't do that. Go and cry alone in bathroom, but don't cry in front of them, because you're their support. You are their strength. If they see you crying, they will lose their whole strength, because they are the one facing, and it has a huge impact on them other than you, because they are going through it. So don't cry in front of them. And the whole journey of going for the examination, mammogram, PET scans, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, everything, just be there. It's not like you have to do a lot of things for them. The emotional stress, the mental health is a very important thing fighting any disease. And cancer hits the mental health more than your actual body. So it just kills the whole positivity and everything, and it would make you feel like, oh my gosh, am I gonna die? Is that the end of my life? No, it's not like that. So you just need to be there emotionally with the person, and physical presence is always gonna be there while going to the doctor, while having checkups. So that is really important. After this, after the whole process, it's not like the is gone. So there won't be again. That it can reoccur, and there's still a risk that you can have a lot of hormonal issues again. So there was a thing which doctor told my mom, like, you might have a risk to get it again. So just keep coming after every 6 months, get the PET scan done. And recently, 2 years ago, she was again diagnosed by some lumps in her uterus. So for everyone, whenever you have a breast cancer, there's a direct link that you will have a uterus cancer also. So that is also a risk, not just your breast, but uterus can also be affected. And that happens when generally you have done with your kids and the whole uterus has been through a lot of stress. There can be malfunctions happening into that. So you just make sure that whenever you are having a breast cancer, you also go and check up your uterus. If you're feeling any abnormalities in that, you should always talk to a gynecologist or your general practitioner who would give you an idea it's actually what's happening in your body. And after the care doesn't lessen, the whole change in their body has been there. So you need to take care of them all the time. So the next thing which I'm going to talk about is the mental health, which I told you. So what can we do for them? Music. I literally know I played music when my mama was having chemotherapy. Okay, so she just put it on that and just like forget what's going inside her. Like music actually enjoys you. Animated movies. Oh my gosh, my mom is a fan of Tom and Jerry. Okay, so animated movies can definitely bring a smile while going through that pain. Just let them have fun, like flowers, going into greenery, just walking around a lake or a garden can lift their mood up, Any hobby which they like reading book or solving some puzzles or playing with younger siblings or cousins. So just make them that they have that thing. Cartoons also. I told before that, but cartoons are also a bigger impact on the family. So the next thing is why it occurs. This was my major question to the doctor, because being a biomedical engineer, being a person from a biomedical industry, where you can generate the machines for the detection of cancer. So I always had a question like, why didn't I could understand what happened to my mom? She was well fit, she was exercising, she didn't had any bad habits, she had a perfect health with a balanced diet. Then what was the wrong thing happened with her? So the thing which I want to explain in a layman's language, okay, totally layman's language, there are two hormones in a woman's body. One is estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is also in males, but at a certain extent. So that's the reason that they have a chance of getting a breast cancer, but not always. So estrogen and progesterone balances the lining of your blood, breast lining, and the menstrual cycle blood lining. So there should be a proper balance when they are both playing their roles. If there is any imbalance, like if the menstrual cycle has ended, but the breast lining has still then got to normal, there's a problem. That's where the cells starts growing, and that's where the abnormality starts. So that cells shouldn't be there when they should have been gone. So this is one of the reasons which the doctor simply explained me that what is happening. These are not in our control. These things happen which you can't even predict in your life that would happen. So it's just occurs. So just don't be so in a risk of bubble that you are being happy, you're healthy and all those things. So it won't happen. 1 minute, please. Yes. So next thing I want to say is that the after effects. So the after effects, the first thing that happens is extremities. Like literally, you can feel that even if the temperature outside is just 20 or 15, they would feel extremely cold about it. And if the temperature is just 30, and they can sweat in just 28 or 29 degrees. So that is the kind of hormonal changes happens in their body. The body is very sick. It's already lost the whole hormone and the estrogen plays a role for your whole body's bone structure. So it acts kind of a calcium, mom, and but it's not. So that happens, and the next thing is physiotherapy always helps. So make sure you follow that and the health restrictions. Don't, like it's not a necessary thing, but you should balance it and pay attention to it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for having me, being the youngest one to speak amongst you. But it was good
Oh,
talking.
that's good. That's great, Shreeya. It's good sharing.
Yay.
That's
Thank you so
great.
much,
Thank you.
Priya.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Give a
There.
applause to her, everyone.
Amazing.
Hello.
thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
So the
Shreya.
session is end
Amazing it
now.
was.
I
Okay,
literally
so we're
want to
gonna.
say one more thing that it's always like after my mom fought with cancer, my some of best friends' mother also faced to that. The same thing, same breast cancer. My three of my best friends. So it's like it's getting very common these days. So don't just neglect your body and don't let any health barrier affect you. Just spend some time with your body and it will be all good. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Priya.
Shreya.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Shreya, for the amazing sharing. You are the great daughter, yeah? Keep
Absolutely.
support. Yes,
Thank you,
keep support
Charity.
to all the breast cancer survivor. I respect to all of you guys. So, what's the next
Thank you,
session,
Charity.
Indah? Hello?
Yeah, Raja, I think now we can have a short discussion. I know there are so many questions on the board.
Okay,
Some
so
are
this
in
time
the,
in the Q&A, question and answer. So
yes.
I informed you before. Indah will pick one of the best question during the meetup. So there is one special package for the best or question. Okay, so Indah will pick up the question. So during the meetup, so there a lot of question about regarding breast cancer. Okay, back to Indah.
Thank you so much, Raja. I know I've been trying to answer some of the questions on the board as well as in the chatting box. And again, thank you so much, guys, because that's the real intention of the mission of this meeting, that we have the discussion, we share a lot about it, and then if you have some questions regarding that, we will try our best to provide the answers. I think I will announce the best questions later on, Raja, but I know that there are some of you who are trying to say something. I noticed Shiris wanted to say something before. And then later on, maybe after the Q&A and after the discussion, before we close, we will have an introduction session at the end. Sorry, it's not in the beginning, but at the end, so we know one another who are joining the meetings, what level are you, and where you are from, and things like that. But now let's have a little discussion about breast cancer, or maybe you have some comments or stories that you like to share. I think we'd like to hear that as well.
Okay, anyone who want to asking about breast cancer?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, no,
Okay, Guru Priya Krishna, time is
yes,
yours.
yes.
Please.
Actually, I never knew what is the test taken for the breast cancer or anything. I was so blank, and one of my friends, she had a pain in the shoulder. Actually, she had a pain in the shoulder, and she asked me like what should be done. And her friends, some of her other friends have told him, go and check the doctor. And the doctor, she told to have a mammogram done. Okay, at that time she asked what is mammogram. I never had any idea about that and what is it. I was really, after that only I felt very bad that I'm so illiterate. I'm not having any idea about what is what. Okay, then that time I went along with my friend to the where that lab they will take the mammogram and all. That time only I realized how much important it is and how we are missing so much. And
Okay.
really, in the Shreeya and Dogdales, you really, you people were eye opener to us. And I know Indah is a very bold lady, but anyway, this is really, really very good. See, now after coming into this local guides, I am really feeling I also should come out and see the outer world how it is. And really, very thanks. And because of my friend, I came to know what it is. And thank God she had lumps, but it was not to be worried.
That's
But
good.
anyway, I should have knowledge. That's what I felt. And really very thanks, and I could feel Shreya's feelings. How it was because in the past 4 months, like I had my leg fracture, and how much my daughter helped me to come out of that stress. That's what I have put in the chat. After mothers, daughters takes care of us. It's really, really great. I remember telling I have only two daughters. I like them. But after they've grown up, I feel that nothing wrong like having only daughters.
Yeah,
It's really made
that's
me.
important. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's the most important, one of the most important part, Guru Sriya. Like Dr. has highlighted correctly, the support system is really, really a huge help.
Correct.
And Sriya said that before because most of the time, sometimes our body can actually handle the problems or the treatment or all the side effects. But mentally, when we feel like we are alone, we are so depressed, we have no one to talk to, that makes things worse. So having daughter, having husband, having family, your mother, your kids, your best,
Friends, yeah.
even strangers, they can give you and lend you the support that you need. And I have to say, I've been helped a lot through these wonderful support systems. And speaking about mammogram, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was only 37. And usually in Indonesia, right, Dr. Del, we only start mammogram when we are 40, right? Or,
Yes, yeah, correct. So usually the recommendation is start from 40.
40.
However,
Yeah,
if we have those like risk factors, we can start from 30.
so true. That's true.
Yeah,
So when I was diagnosed,
earlier.
I have never had, a guru, I have no knowledge about breast cancer at all when it happened to me.
Yeah.
After I was diagnosed with that, I tried to do my best to read all the references, get the books from the hospital. The good thing about the hospital there in the US, they have a lot of books about cancer, about what is expected, about living with cancer, and guidance for the family of those affected with cancer, the food you can and cannot eat, things like that. What is
Correct.
expected, and that helps a lot. And I think we have that in our Ministry of Health website as well, yeah, Mbak, yeah,
Yeah,
for
true.
guidance. So
Yeah,
the knowledge is
I
really
think that that's also important because nowadays, information we can do search, in our hands. It really depends whether we would like to utilize those information which is useful for us or only, doing
on
things,
the
other
TikTok.
things on the TikTok. That's fine. But again, reading the informations it's important, but the more important to reading from the right source. So I would suggest everyone to reading and share the right information before you share. Whenever you have your information from Instagram, check whether this is original,
Yeah.
institutions or this is only the opinion. So please check because otherwise it will be we will get lost if we are not get the right information. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Anybody wants to say something?
Okay.
I have
Yes.
a lot of
Anyone to
questions.
share? Want to ask something?
I want to share something.
Yes, go ahead,
Yes,
Shruti.
please.
Shreya, I can feel your pain, both, because my mother also, but now she is no more
Okay.
because of cancer.
Sorry to hear that, Shruti.
Before
she diagnosed cancer. She is suffering with schizophrenia, and that time she get diagnosed cancer. Last 2019 February, she she passed. 6 months I'm with her. No hospital is admit admitting her because she is last stage. And in 1 month, we know that she is cancer. 26 January 2019, doctor came and said she is with cancer, and 22 February she no more. We, we don't we don't know she is from वो उस पेन से गुजर रही है. Sorry.
Yeah, that is the daughter. That
That's
is
okay.
daughter.
That's okay,
Our
Shruti.
deepest condolences,
Yeah,
Shruti.
now I feel like the importance of the daughter, because when my younger daughter was born, I didn't see her for 6 hours. Because second I had a girl child, I didn't see her for 6 hours. My husband was scolding. What was second girl child? Even if many girl childs are also born, no worries. Why you are so like that? But now I really repent for not seeing her for the first 6 hours, because the daughters are always daughters anyway, like they are our next mothers. Really true. That's Shruti. I really I feel very. I know how you are feeling now. I can feel that.
Till she passed away, we didn't tell her about her cancer. We always smiling front of her and always saying her just 1 month, then you will recover, and she believe us. One some of her thought, I think she realized something big with her happen, and all those treatment I can also uh, treat mammography and all biopsy with me also, because many I am SLE patient, so I am always uh, that risk, cancer risk or big uh, like cancer I can मुझे हो सकता है. That's why we always take that all treatment for me also. So I can relate Shreya and Inda, you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti. And again,
Thank you,
our deepest
Shruti.
condolences.
And I remember Shruti had shared it was very difficult because she used to sit with her 24 hours. And when her mother was admitted, they were not taking her. In Bandra, there was an NGO house where they took her last moment. And with the patient, relatives were not allowed. And she had said, whole day she used to sit outside with her mother, not inside, outside, without food, without water. Nearby, there was no restaurant and all. That time I felt very bad, very bad. Hospitals don't take if the patient is in last stage. That is not true. You don't know, sometimes they can survive at last stage also. So I can really realize. Thank you, everyone. And I could relate because my cousin had come from Dehradun There she was not treated, and when she came to Mumbai to do her checkup at Tata, at Dehradun, they told you can't be get treated there. So we requested her come to Mumbai. We have a very big hospital, Tata Hospital, and we got her admitted. And she was filled with negative. And being a single mother, her daughter was young, 26. She used to say, "After me, who will take care?" And it took me 3 days for her to turn from negative to positive. I told, you will come back in flying colors. Be positive. I know it's not easy. We can say, but in our mind also, there's 1% doubt whether I will live or not. That is there. So I used to encourage her, and with grace of God, she got treated. She had a throat cancer. She got treated and now she's fine. She's so happy that she could survive. And all that chemo and all, and when I went entered Tata Hospital, saw small children. Oh God, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. We are in 21st century still. We don't have a medicine for cancer to be treated. And doctor try their best. And main is the family support. Family support is there. You can beat cancer also. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. Okay, Shruti, sorry to hear that the news. Deepest condolence. All the best prayer for her. Stay strong. Okay, let's everyone give a hug to Shruti.
Virtual hug for Shruti.
Thank you.
Shruti, we are here. I mean, whenever you need someone to talk to or you want to share anything, feel free to do so, right? You have us, girl.
Okay,
Hello.
anyone who want to share about regarding to our topic tonight or
Yeah, I would like
any
to say
question?
something.
Okay,
Can I
you
have
ready?
time?
Arna, hi Mbak.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay,
have
let's.
question whenever I
Okay, the
can?
time is yours, Arna.
I think it's Awadi first.
Iwadi? Yeah,
You
sure.
ready?
Go ahead,
Where's
Awadi.
my queen, Iwadi?
Okay,
All
my
right.
sister.
Good. All right. Good evening, everyone. Or good afternoon. Okay, I think it's only me that's still in afternoon. So every other person, good evening and good night. Um, I have been listening to this conversation for a while now, and I must say I am really, really touched. I'm really, really touched by all the conversations. The only one that lifted my spirit a little was Shreya saying how we could be supportive to people going through this phase. One thing I haven't heard since we began talking about this cancer is that oftentimes we are predisposed to having cancer if we have a family history. I haven't heard anyone mention that
Yeah.
because I can
That
see
can
someone
be
talk.
one of the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see someone in the chat box asking, is cancer hereditary? No, but if you have a family history, you have um a certain disposal towards getting it. So it's better if someone in your family has had cancer, for example, it's better you begin to get yourself checked on time. And for all other people that don't have the family history, it's better we also take precautions. I'm very proud of everyone that has spoken today, especially Inda that has come to share her story with us. And I pray that we learn from these and we become better people and stop giving those that are diagnosed the death stare as if, oh, sorry, you're about to die. I'm very happy for everyone that has shared today. Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that's very good point, Iwade. Yeah, you highlighted a very important point. So although the risk factors is there, but if we do not found any our history in the family has any kind of cancer, but it doesn't mean we just ignore. It's really important that we also need to be screened because we cannot control some other risk factors like expose of the environmental
Yeah,
pollutions and other came from the foods and etc. So it's really important. Good point, Iwade.
yeah. And if I may add
Yeah.
on that particular
Thank you.
thing,
Sorry, please. I want to say something. I can see somebody in the chat box saying that fasting can help us to prevent any type of cancer. Please, that
excited.
sentence is false. 100% false. Fasting cannot help us to prevent cancer. Thank you.
Well, yeah, and back to the previous topic about the hereditary or not, or genetic or not. You are right, Iwadi. Thank you so much for highlighting it. I think Dr. Dell said that as well. But I like to share my experience as well that I have taken a genetic test for breast cancer. So, we have the BRIC 1 and BRIC 2. They call it BRIC, BRIC 1 and 2. It's a type of test to double check whether you are prone to cancer because it is in the line of your family, particularly the mother's side. So what happened in my family is that my grandfather from my father's side has throat cancer. And then a year after I was diagnosed, my auntie from my father's side has breast cancer, stadium, even a higher stage, which is stage 3. But she managed to survive as well, just like me. But that's from my father's side. So what we have to be worried about, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, Dr. Del, is from your mother's side. Because if it is from your mom's side, it's more likely that you carry the same genes. And then when I was there in New York, I was lucky enough to get the possibility to do the genetic test. And I did that. So basically, they just take your blood, and then they have this particular panel and test for genetic or your noms, genetic noms. Again, correct me if I'm wrong if that's not the correct terms, but the result of my genetic test is inconclusive. It means that my cancer is not coming from because of the genetic issues. So again, it's probably because of the combination of living in a stressful life, bad habit of food, not enough exercise, pollution, and so many other functions. And I think, Doc, again, correct me if I'm wrong, from many webinars that I've joined before, everybody has cancer cell, but most of them are dormant or like inactive. So these triggers, like it can be your stressful life or bad food, again, as I said, or pollution and everything, that becomes sort of a trigger that makes those cancer cell live and kicking, and that's why it becomes sort of a problem. And in terms for the fasting issue,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would like to
yeah,
add
sure.
in that. Sorry to interrupt, but I did the course of Introduction to Biology by John Hopkins
Yeah,
University. That they said about this point, like there are cells which are in our body, but the only trigger is when they don't move from where they have to move. They have to go someplace and they have to grow themselves. If they are taking
That's
all the
correct.
nutrients from the other cells, they get enough nutrients to grow on their own and not follow the brain hormones what they are
Pattern, yeah,
telling them to do.
that's correct.
So that's when they try and enact in a different way, and that is really dangerous when, because as you said, there are no reasons for that. It can happen like for any reason, not a good proper sleep. And about sleep, I would like to say,
yeah,
proper sleep, our body has a body clock. Okay, if you sleep at 11 a.m or 10 p.m and get up at 6 or 8, that should be a proper time to sleep. If you disturb that cycle, your hormones will not enact properly.
Change,
Your
imbalance. Yep,
brain, yes, your brain, the hypothalamus is the center of your brain. That tells the whole hormones, like when you should get into the bloodstream, what to do, how your menstrual cycle gonna be, how the whole lining's gonna be, if your ovaries are going into ovulation or not. So there are a lot of scientific terms, and that goes around for a body clock. So don't disturb your sleep cycle for anything. Sleep on time and do your work early morning. Just that thing
That's
I wanted
correct.
to add there.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, because our body, every cell is need to regenerations and multiplication, right? So if you talk about the cancer, it's cannot control. And by the way, our body also have the self destructions themselves as well. We call it apoptosis. But in some particular points like cancer, it's just not work like normal. So it really depends on many points or risk factors that can trigger that normal your our cell life. So that's why, because as I said, um, many of scientists in the world to date is not really understand what is really the cause directly. So that's why some risk factors it's still we see that contributes to the cancer itself, because it's really our body, it's a lot of things, and it's God created some secret is still there, even already ages like 100 years we not really specifically understand what it's happened. Then the very important is really to get the preventions and understand what is the risk factors for us. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, I want to ask you one thing. Recently, one of my friend told they have invented some injection. Suppose if a family has a cancer patient, and if kids take beforehand only, so they won't get cancer. Is it true? Because I could not connect to my doctor. I wanted to check with my doctor, but she didn't take my call. So they are telling injections have come from childhood only. You can give to your kids, and the injections are quite costly. It is from 15 to 25,000. Indian and imported injections have come. So if you take it beforehand only, you won't get cancer. Shreya, did doctor tell you something like this?
Hmm.
Not actually. You
What's
cannot
that? Yeah.
take anything to from childhood to prevent that. If that's a problem in your genes, it will occur even if you take any kind of medication. So it's just a prevention can happen. Definitely, there, as Indama said, you can do genetic test, because if the thing happening in your family is hereditary, it definitely would be reflected in your gene test. Like, are you likely to get a cancer or not? So that's the one thing to know beforehand, even before getting detected by cancer. That's how you can prevent yourself and take precautions and do regular mammograms and tests that would help you. But I don't think injection could be a solution or
Is,
prevent
is
that.
that
I don't
a
know about
sort
it.
of vaccination? Is that a vaccine, Rosie?
Yeah, yeah. My friend mom
Oh, maybe
had, so
HPV.
she told she gave to her daughter. She didn't take, but she gave to her daughter that vaccine so that she should not get cancer. Vaccine, some.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
I
So
think
I
it's
wanted to know because due to this lockdown, I couldn't check with doctors. They're not taking call easily. So
Yeah,
such vaccines are there which can be
yeah.
prevented or what.
correct.
I
Yeah,
think
so
Yeah.
some
yeah.
vaccine it really works because it's also related with the infections of the virus on of the
That's
bacteria.
it.
For example, like Inda was saying, like this cervical cancer
Yeah.
and
CVS.
other cancer also is ongoing trial. But yes, again, it's really prevent to help decreasing your risk factors, but it's not totally 100% like other vaccines is not the goal is not getting you 100% not getting the diseases, but it's really prevent. Or if you get attacked with a specific disease that you get vaccinated, it's really more less symptoms. So yes, it's could be only for the preventions. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think Devi said that Mbak Erna would like to share something. Mbak Erna, are you still there?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, I'm here. I'm afraid that I lost the signal because I'm somewhere in the
Oh,
middle
okay.
of Illinois. My question is to Doc Dal. So, no, for being a doctor, are you or do you suggest your patient who is at a certain age to have a mammogram or pap smear? That's my question.
Yeah. So
Thank
so
you.
there is some recommendations from the medical associations. For the usually it start from 40. So if you don't have any risk factors, you can start check routinely the mammogram annually, so every year. But if you have the some risk factors that you can found, then it's suggested to start earlier, which is start from 30. This is also for the cervical cancer as well. So because 40, the recommendation it's coming,
Yeah.
some cell it's having their changes of life and etc. So the recommendation is there annually. It start from 40.
If you have no complaints, I mean, but if
Yeah,
you feel something wrong or something different,
early.
I mean,
Yeah, if
even
there's
in
no,
my case, yeah, I'm not 40 yet at that time, but I took the mammogram because I have complaints about it.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
That's
again,
the reason the self-examination always helps. So
correct,
just check yourself all the time,
exactly.
even before going for mammogram.
Exactly.
I want to
Self-examination
say this.
is important steps. You don't have to wait doing the mammography, but check yourself. The self-examination, sadari.
You do the
Check
Saturday.
your breast. Is only take like 5 to 7 minutes.
Mhm.
So you can find all. I think Shreeya already shared, but I can share later also how you can do it. Only 5 to 7 minutes. The self-examinations.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
Shreeya already shared it here.
we'll put it in the photo album,
Yeah,
some of the pages of your presentation, but
sure.
then remember, yeah, when you do the self exam, you have to do it on the right time. I mean, because this is technically what I've learned from the doctors and the experts. When you are still actively having periods or menstruation, so you
Yeah, that's
do it
true.
on the seventh day from the first day of your menstruation.
Correct.
Because if you do it before that, it might be the hormones that doing a little changes in your body. So then the result might be inaccurate. But
Correct.
on the seventh day after the first day of your menstruation onwards, usually until the 10th day, that will be the best days for us to do the self breast exam to see what's really going on. And I have, I keep doing it because my left breast is still
Mm-hmm.
there, and I hope it will remain clean until the end of the time.
Yeah.
yeah. In
Amen.
here,
Yeah.
they do it. I think it's starting at the age 40, and
Yeah.
then every year you got a letter from the doctor saying,
Yes.
hey, it's time. It's time.
Reminder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reminder,
Yeah,
which is
that's
at a
true.
house so much.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome. You,
Unfortunately,
you,
Okay, thank you, Kak
I think you
Erna.
already would like to say something before we close.
we're gonna
Before
have
we
the
close,
quizzes.
I want to say
Oh, okay.
yes,
something.
of course, the time is
Go ahead. Go ahead,
quick.
Iwadi.
Time.
Okay. I wanted to say that the first thing is that we should try not to say it is hereditary. When you say something is hereditary, it is something you must have. Like your parents' eye color, their genotypes and all of that. It is not hereditary.
No, it's
I
not.
think the right
It's
word to use is
hereditary.
that it has something to do with the genes.
Yes.
So
Correct.
they are just two different things. And then I also wanted to say when it comes to cervical cancer, from the moment a lady becomes sexually active, she needs to begin to do a pap smear, no
Yes.
matter what age she
That's
is.
true. That's true because
Because
there is the risk. Correct.
just like the doctor has said, prevention is the best way to go, not the cure. So from a moment the lady becomes sexually active, she needs to begin to take a pap smear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iwadi.
Okay, thank you so much,
So
Iwadi,
don't
for
forget to
sharing. Okay.
Raja, let's do the quiz
So,
now.
before we continue to
Quiz.
yes, before we continue to quiz, okay. So, what is the best question, Indah? So, who's the
Okay,
okay?
I'll give the question
So,
and Raja remind them the password. Do they have to
yes,
type it? Yeah.
Wow, Rosie
yes.
changed to the pink color now.
I know. That's
Okay.
And
No,
now
no,
you
I
Indah,
was
think the cute
wearing,
hat.
please help me,
earlier
Indah.
also.
Oh,
Indah
okay.
and Dr. Yeah, Indah will choose the best question, and then Indah will choose the best dress code tonight. Okay.
okay.
So
I will give one question and then one question from Dr. and then maybe one question from Shreeya as well.
no,
We have three,
I
right?
mean the best question in the chat box. So pick up the
Oh,
one
okay.
of the best question.
Okay, okay.
So okay,
Yes.
and then the best question goes to
I'm gonna. Okay, I have a lot of
one.
great questions here. I don't know which one that I have to choose, and Ratri is a big distraction because she looks so pretty with that. Ratri looks
After
like
long
Baina,
time.
Baina, you have
Yeah.
to answer my question actually.
yeah, actually, I type it about the mental attack. Yeah, I did. But then I can get back to you. So the best question from my side is coming from it's coming from Anne. And from Thailand, I think is Teteh Anne still here?
No,
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 she
she
left.
left.
Oh,
She
yeah, right,
left.
right.
She
She
gone.
left already. She's
I
fine.
will choose
Okay.
one more from Indonesia as well, Raja, if you don't mind. Yes. Then we have the international citizens as well as the Indonesian one. And for the question from our Indonesian colleagues, okay, let me open it up again. Da, 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 da. Or should I give it to Mbak Del? Mbak Del, you want to choose?
No, just go ahead.
Okay, I have so many. I have Mbak Ani asking. I have. Hold on. I have Mbak Ani here, and then I have Mbak Yulia saying something as well. I have Mbak Ratri asking about the mental attack. And I have a few others. I have Katelia. All right. I think I'll go with the question. I'll go with Mbak Ani. Mbak Ani Setiawati, he asked a lot of questions about injury, about traditional medicine, and everything. So, Mbak Ani, congratulations. You have to
Thank you. Thank you, Raina.
all right.
okay.
Yeah. So that's the best question, Raja. Back to you. You still have the best dress, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Okay, there is the music.
I
What's the
know.
party?
Thanks to Rahmat for that. Raja, I think we keep the best dress at the very end, okay?
Okay.
And you know what?
So
I might have
Dels.
some more.
Okay, Dr. Dels will
Yeah.
announce the best dress tonight. Okay.
But
Okay.
I need everyone to open the video because I
Okay.
cannot see,
So
you know.
okay, during this session, so show your charm. Tunjukkan pesanamu.
Show your charm.
Please
Show
turn on
your
the
charm.
video.
Open your
Yeah.
camera.
Or on the video. Let's
Okay.
take pictures together, okay?
Okay.
I think I will ask. I will try to ask to help
Okay. And okay. And the best dress goes to.
Oh
And the
my
best
God.
dress goes to
So lovely.
Iwade.
Hey, congratulations, Iwadi.
Wow.
And
Congrats.
Don't
Okay, congratulations.
You know, whether you always doing, wear the best dress.
I'm drinking something blue from a coconut. Music all up in the
Okay, let's just relax for a while before I
Bang Rahmat, kita stop dulu musik. Okay, thank you again and again. Thank you for everyone who already joining in our virtual meetup. This is a special meetup about the breast cancer because today I'm accompanied by three superpower girls. So thank you for having me. Okay, this is the last session. Always you waiting for. Okay, this is goes time. Okay, now we're gonna have three question. Okay, are you ready? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
ready. Okay,
Yes, we are ready.
Yes.
At the very
Okay.
end, I will also announce another 2 runner-ups for the best costume for tonight. Okay, I think
Okay,
everybody
so-
is amazing, so I want to give more prizes.
Okay. So because there is some prize for local only, so I would like to make a quiz for local first for three question. Okay. So passwordnya adalah together we can, sharing is caring. Okay. So if you wanted to answer the question, you must type Pinktober, okay? So, Dok Del and Mbak Indah akan memilih salah satu siapa yang menjawabnya. Baik. Pertanyaan pertama, the first question. Salah satu cara untuk mengetahui ada tidaknya kelainan pada payudara. Ya, apa? Tadi ada program dari pemerintah ya. Titik ya, oke, nanti salah satu cara ya. Ya, tidak bisa menjawab ya.
Yeah, you have to use the password first.
Oke.
Over.
Oke, Indah and Mbak Del akan memilih siapa yang akan mau bertanya. Bisa dipilih kok, nggak harus yang pertama sekali, tapi
nggak harus yang
Anda
pertama.
bisa mengacak. Oke, diacak dulu, diacak.
Aja, soalnya Mbak Ani tadi udah dari question
duluan. Iya.
Stop. Oke. Ya, siapa Mbak?
Mbak Del, pilih Mbak Del.
Karena yang untuk sudah mendapatkan hadiah tidak boleh mendapatkan hadiah
Oh
kembali, jadi
ya,
tidak boleh double. Bagi.
Wait, I need scroll.
Oke. Bagi yang sudah menjawab dan sudah mendapatkan hadiah,
ini ngetiknya.
Iya. Don't
tidak
forget
lagi
to
dalam ikut.
type Pinktober first.
Oke.
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 The
Siapa, Mbak?
So Ratri.
Oke. Selamat malam Mbak Ratri. Tadi sudah menang Mbak Ratri.
Together we can, sharing is caring.
Aduh, ini ratu kuis.
Oke. Tadi sudah saya sebutkan pertanyaannya, apa jawabannya?
Sadari Bang, itu gantungan di belakang itu kelihatan. Agak geser dikit pada gantungannya. Nah, geser sini. Oke.
Sadari. What is mean sadari? What is mean sadari?
Sadari itu periksa payudara sendiri ya.
Baik, saya kembalikan ke Dr. Del. Apakah jawabannya betul atau tidak?
Ada 2.
Oke.
Ada 2 sebenarnya.
Yang tadi tadi ditanya.
Yang sadari betul.
Betul. Baik, oke. Anda mendapatkan hadiah spesial dari Pinktober.
Yeay.
Selamat.
Mau lipstick pink, Mbak? Lipstick pink.
Lipstick udah 4. Jangan lipstick lagi tolong. Ini concealer gitu.
The next question. Oke, congratulations to Kak Ratri ya, Ratu Kuis. Baik. Oke, the next question. Second question, oke? Oke, apa nama tes yang dianjurkan dokter bila kamu mengalami kelainan payudara? Silakan dari sekarang. Oke, apa nama tes yang dianjurkan dokter bila kamu mengalami kelainan payudara?
Ayo
Oke,
Pinktober
silakan
dulu,
tulis
Pinktober.
Pinktober
Pinktober.
dulu, typing di chat box.
Typing Pinktober dan password.
Pinktober.
Pinktober
Cowok juga
type
boleh ikut
first.
loh. The guys, you guys can also join.
Okay, so the next there's a two question for the international local guide for my local guide from overseas. Okay, Indah will share the question. Okay, after this one. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, silakan dipilih.
Mbak Devi.
Iya.
Iya.
Bu Devi.
Selamat malam Bu Devi.
Yes.
Ya, selamat malam.
Password dulu.
Oke, Pinktober passwordnya.
Pinktober.
Sharing is caring.
Okay, together we can. Sharing is caring.
Introvert.
Okay, what is the answer?
Ini cek apa mamogram?
Ya.
Kurang jelas.
Cek mamogram.
Oke.
Benar ya.
Oke, benar apa tidak? Kita langsung terhubung ke hotel. Betul sekali. Selamat Anda mendapatkan hadiah persembahan dari Pinktober.
Hore.
Okay, so for my international friend, local guy from abroad, so there's a question from Mbak Indah. Silahkan, Mbak.
Okay, so this is especially for our international, yeah. I mean, locals already got some.
Yeah, already got two.
Okay, so this is the question is coming from Doc Dell's presentation. Can you kindly mention 3 symptoms of breast cancer? 3 symptoms of breast cancer. I will be giving an Amazon voucher to the countries where you are residing. So please
can answer that.
Pinktober.
Wow.
I can answer that.
Okay, Faguni.
Go ahead.
Yes. The
Go ahead,
first
Dami.
thing is lump. Second
Okay.
is inverted nipples, and the third one is abnormal discharge.
Wow.
Halo Falguni, mention
Yes.
Following everything very
sharp,
carefully and
Wow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Falguni.
Congratulations. I'll be in touch with Iwade and Falguni, yeah? After this. Okay, and then
Oh, I have a gift. Oh my goodness.
yeah, you are the
Yeah,
best dressed
the best dressed
tonight.
tonight.
Okay, Raja, do we still have quizzes for our dear local participants? How many?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we still
Okay.
have, right? Yeah.
This is the, I would like to, Doc Dell help me to give the one question for the special prize from me.
And also maybe
I want that pink one.
To support the breast cancer survivor, I will give the special tumbler from Starbucks, the pink edition.
Wow. Pink edition.
Okay. So, silakan, Mbak Del. Ada pertanyaan nggak?
Yes. Ini untuk lokal berarti
Mungkin
ya?
untuk lokal ya? Ya, for local.
Oke, for local. Oke, tadi ada 2 risk factor, yaitu risk factor yang bisa dikontrol dan yang tidak bisa dikontrol. Nah, tolong sebutkan 3 risk factor yang tidak bisa dikontrol. 3 risk factor cannot control. 3.
Sebutkan. Yap.
Ayo, siapa yang mau jawab?
Jangan lupa diketik Pinktober dan password jangan lupa.
Ayo nyanyi Pinktober.
Pinktober. Siapa yang dapat Pinktober dan dapatkan hadiah menarik dari Starbucks.
Yay.
Itu lucu banget loh. It's a special edition, the pink one.
Yes, the pink one, this one. Combined with the purple. It's your color too.
I know, right? It's my color.
Oke, tidak ada yang bisa menjawab.
Tidak aja.
Oke, sepertinya tidak ada yang bisa menjawab pertanyaan sulitmu, Mbak.
It's not that difficult. The one that you can kan ada
Yes.
pollution.
If you following
Yang tidak bisa dirubah apa?
Okay, if you following the presentation of Adele's, you can find the answer.
Apa yang nggak bisa dirubah?
Saya bisa
Oke.
jawab lagi
Tadi
nggak?
yang ku baca itu gender.
Iya,
Terus
betul.
faktor genetik, keturunan, nggak tahu satu lagi lupa.
But you must
Ya udah tumblernya dipotong aja jadi bagi 3 gitu. Ntar yang jawab satu dapat sepotong.
Oke.
Ada lagi yang
Keputusan
lain
ada di
nggak?
tangan juri ya. Keputusan tidak bisa diganggu gugat. Kembali ke Dr.
Jawab dong, aku jawab dong.
Udah dapat kan tadi?
Sudah dapat.
Nggak apa-apa kan, Mbak Ratri bantuin nyanyi.
Bantuin jawab boleh. Nanti dikasih ke Nyai.
Bantu dapat pahala loh.
Oke. Masih mau menjawab, Nyai? Nyai masih mau menjawab?
Aku bantuin Nyai nih.
Boleh, boleh, boleh.
Sharing is caring, apa itu tadi? Apa?
Bukan, kan ditanya Nyai.
Ada genetiknya, terus dia itu gender, kemudian ada apa? Riwayat keluarga yang tidak bisa diubah.
Bentar, buka dulu screenshot album kali aja ada yang screenshot.
Menstruasi gitu tadi.
Riwayat keluarga betul, tapi kalau keturunan enggak ya.
Ya,
Jadi
terus faktor
gender benar.
menstruasi atau apa tadi gitu, faktor menstruasi, kemudian usia bukan?
Oh iya, yeay, udah 3, udah bener.
Jadi kalian ya hadiahnya buat Nyai.
Jadi Anda memuluskan usaha Nyai ya?
Iyalah, support.
Baik, Nyai, sebuah kehormatan ini meluncur ke
Alhamdulillah,
Sukabumi ya.
rezeki anak soleh.
Thank you to Ratricho because he helped you to answer the doctor question.
Nyai hadiahnya dia diambil sendiri.
Iya,
Oke.
diambil di Jakarta.
Oke, hadiah Nyai, hadiah diambil di Jakarta ya.
By the way,
Tidak melayani surat menyurat.
right. So let me just remind us again. So the winners are Wade for the best dress, and then we have Mbak Ani for the best question. And
They did not clap for me. They did not clap for me.
We are waiting for
I did.
everyone.
I did actually.
Indah, I will let you know the winner is the best question from Thailand, and then Ratri from Indonesia. The best dress code is Awadi, and then the tumbler is goes to Nyai.
sorry.
All right.
And then we have Nyai and
Okay.
okay.
We have Falguni also, right?
Yes, and Falguni for the question.
What is international question?
International questions, yeah.
Okay, Falguni. Okay.
Alright.
Nah, itu gimana ceritanya kupingnya bisa gerak-gerak sendiri tadi?
Okay.
How you?
I don't know.
Something.
Alright.
Oh, squeeze, and then it's coming. It's cute.
Yeah, I know, it's so cute, right? Raja, I think we can do a roundup of introduction, a short introduction for everyone who is still here.
Okay. Okay. Actually, it's we do introduction in the beginning, but now in the end of the session. Okay. Please, I will introduce myself first. My name is Rajesh Tangga. I'm a local guide from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm level 10. Okay, Indah.
Okay. And I am Indah Nuria from Jakarta as well. I'm a local guide, level 10, and the host for tonight. All right. So let's just give the floor to all the presenters. Then we'll start with the with our participants. Mbak Del, please.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Dels. I'm from Tangerang, Indonesia. I'm joining local guides Jakarta and Tangerang. I'm level 8. Shreeya.
Hello everyone. My name is Shreeya. I'm level 8 local guide from Mumbai, India.
My dearest Shreeya. All right, and then let's start with Mbak Ani.
Okay. Hi
Yep.
everyone.
Right.
Anik from Indonesia. I'm local get level 8. Thank you, Mbak.
Thanks. And next we have Anil. Anil just joined. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Anil.
Hey, Indiana, you are putting an artificial hair.
Yeah.
What is their
I
business?
can see it's a pink hair, pink.
Yes, yes. Special
Thank
edition.
you,
Great,
bro.
great. I can see you all are in majority today, mostly females. We all are in minority. We have to
You
keep mom.
know the
Today we'll be
topic,
keeping
sir. You
silent.
don't
Yes,
know
sir.
the
Yes, sir. Yes,
topic.
sir.
You,
That's okay,
Anik,
Wonderful.
Anil.
sir.
Actually,
Long.
You
men
took
also
the
have
whole.
the risk factor
Thank you
to
very
have the
much.
breast cancer as well, Anil. So welcome.
Yeah. So you have to be careful as well, Anil. Okay, Anil, sir, please introduce yourself for everyone here.
He
Yes.
has to pay
Hi
a
everyone. My
fine. He
name
has
is.
to pay a fine for late
Yes,
coming.
fine, fine, and also not knowing why everyone is wearing pink.
Oh,
Uh,
seriously?
my name is. Uh, I
You should
represent.
also wear pink. You should also wear pink
God.
now. Go and get a pink shirt or
I'm
t-shirt.
not fan. Sorry.
He doesn't want you all to see him because he's so handsome. You will
I'm
just
Oh,
not
leave your
as beautiful
husbands
as
and
you all
follow
people.
him.
Wow, wow. Go ahead, go ahead.
All
okay,
right.
please,
My
Anil.
name is. I represent Goa over here, and seems to be privileged to be part of today auspicious among all the angels. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. It's good to be called Angel, yeah? Okay, next I have Badesti. Badesti, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hello. Can you see me?
Yes, absolutely.
Hi, my name is Sri. I'm from Bogor, Indonesia. I'm local gut level 7.
Thanks for joining us, Mbak.
Thank
Makasih, Desti. Today we don't have PNT ya, but Pinktober.
Mbak Devi, please.
Hello, my name is Devi. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm level 10.
Thank you.
Mbak Dev. Mbak Erna, where are you now? Still in Illinois or already arriving somewhere?
You still muted, Berna.
Yeah, I am currently in Galva, Illinois, and from here we are heading Wisconsin.
Oh,
Another
that's
3 hours.
Wow,
I
interesting.
know.
Take care.
A lot of states that you go through. Please introduce yourself, Mbak.
Safe trip ya,
Kenapa?
Mbak. Safe trip.
Kenapa?
Introduce yourself, Mbak. Introduce.
Introduce yourself and your level and everything.
I'm Arna, level 8, and currently representing Michigan. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here, Mbak. Take care, yeah, on the way, and then regards for your dearest family.
Okay, thank you.
Iwan,
Hi,
the floor is yours
hi,
now.
hi, I'm Shirish. I'm local guide 6 at Nasik, Maharashtra in India, and I will impress by in the situation of bravery from the his disease. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siris.
So nice to meet you here. And then I hope you will
Yeah.
definitely join us on the next meeting, yeah?
Nice
I
to meet you.
This is his first meetup, right, Shirish?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
really?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club.
Wow,
Namaste.
Welcome to the big
Okay, nice to see you. Nice to know you, Siris.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
know you, Siris.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I sincerely hope that you can join us on the next
You
one.
in Maharashtra, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Maharashtra.
yes. Yeah.
After series, we have Iwade. Iwade, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Oh, you look
My
fantastic. I love it.
Ah, Pinky.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Beautiful dress, Iwade.
I'm your
Hello,
fans, Iwade.
everyone.
Mwah, mwah.
Open your video. We would like to see your gorgeousness.
Yeah, we'd
Yeah.
like to see
For
your
your chance,
outfit.
and then the prize will goes to you, okay? If you don't, no prize for you.
It's beautiful, Iwade.
I
know.
have no any price.
So beautiful.
You look like the queen of Nigeria.
What's it?
Thank you.
I mean it.
Okay.
Queen of
How
Lagos.
am I going to introduce myself when everyone keeps calling my name? All right. My name is Ewate and I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm level 8 local guide, but I would always feel like a level 7 local guide because that was when I joined Connect. I really enjoyed this meetup. It was fantastic. And what made it more awesome was the fact that people were sharing real life stories. So thank you very much for hosting this.
Okay, thank you, Iwadi. To be honest, you are beautiful tonight.
Wow, it's always right.
Oh,
It's amazing indeed.
Okay, the next.
Okay, and we have Falguni.
Hello, ladies. I'm so happy to see you all after so long, and
I
it was really
know.
great listening to everyone. Hello.
We miss you.
Aguni, we miss you.
Yes.
I know, right?
I missed you all,
Miss you.
and now I'll be back. So don't worry, I'll irritate you all.
Finally.
Finally.
It's about time.
Yes.
It's about time. Correct.
Great. Thank
So
you. And
I
then
feel
now we
really
have
inspired
Guru.
now.
Oh, thank you so much. All is good down there, Falguni.
Yes.
Love your
Oh,
long
Love to
hair.
everyone.
great.
Love your long hair. It's really good.
I know, right?
Thank
Looks
you.
great, yeah.
Thank you.
And Guru Krishna, please, floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm Guru Krishna Priya. I'm level 7 local guide, still in level 7. Okay, afterwards I didn't go out anywhere and I cannot move up my level. I am from Chennai, India. South, down south. Okay. Yeah, but I am very happy to be the part of this local guide group. Okay, Devi, Indah, and then Rosie ma'am, Shruti, very happy to meet everyone and Falguni after a long time and Shreeya and welcome Shreesh. Okay, yeah, we'll be next to
Shirish.
you. Yeah, and Anil Kambi, finally he came. Okay, Kambi means younger brother in Tamil. So he is my younger brother.
Great.
Always see me.
Okay.
Thank you, Guru Priya.
Yes. And after a
Thank you,
long
madam.
meeting is
Thank you,
really
Guru Priya, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, hope we'll meet again. And Emade, yeah, where she has gone? Is she there, Emade?
Yes,
And
she's here. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
and
she's here.
Yes,
yeah,
ma.
beautiful. She has dressed her beautiful and Devi smile. I really that ha. And now you are going to give me a party for being the moderator. Okay. Congratulations for that.
Yay. Send us the rabbit cap to everyone, please.
Yeah.
Yes. It looks like Pikachu. It
Oh,
looks like
yes.
Pikachu.
Pink Pikachu.
Yes, and never forget Jean. And Jean, I will never forget your teaching that fingers that's so
Sign
real.
language.
And
Yeah.
and Julian dog, your voice echoes really. Dog
सुनिए
yes, and really happy to be a part
साउंड
of
बढ़ाएंगे
it.
Thank you, Guru Krishna.
Really very happy. Very happy today. And all pink ladies, beautiful pink ladies.
Thank
We
you.
need to take a group picture. Everyone is in pink. Everyone is looking so
Absolutely,
pretty.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll finish with the introduction, the short ones, and then we'll take another round of group pictures. Thank you, Guru
Yes.
Priya. I have next. It's
Okay, I have question for Guru Krishna.
oh
Yes.
okay.
Do you speak Tamil or Hindi?
I speak Tamil only. Hindi I know very little. I can
Okay.
understand. I can understand.
Okay. Because
And
I have a friend from Chennai now in Jakarta.
okay.
That's
Then
nice.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, I think next we have the local guys. It's Rahmat, is it?
Yeah, Rahmat. Bang Rahmat.
Bukan abang, sekarang mah dipanggilnya bapak.
Yeah,
Oh iya, udah ada
Bapak.
baby.
Oh, maybe Bapak is still busy with Bebe Rido. Okay, let's
Oh
move
yeah.
on. Miftah. Hi, Miftah. How are you?
Okay, thank you, Brinda. Good night. My name is Miftahul, local guest level 7 from Tangerang, Indonesia. Keren banget sih eventnya, baru hadir soalnya nggak bisa lama-lama.
It's okay.
Makasih ya.
Thank you, ya.
Thank
Oke.
you.
And since when you call me Ibu? Just call me Mbak, okay?
Our lovely admin Tangerang local guides.
Yes, the one and only ya.
Yeah.
From Tangerang. Okay, Mbak Nisa. Mbak Nisa, please.
Ya, halo.
Hi, Mbak.
Nisa from Malang. I'm local guide level 9. Okay, happy to see you tonight.
Likewise, Mbak. Really love to have you here tonight. Thank you, ya. Joining from the very beginning. And then, Nyai. Miss Pink Rabbit.
Ini spesial buat acara Mbak Indah nih, aku pakai beginian.
So cute. You know, you should get the best dress as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Nyai. I'm local guide level 10 from Indonesia. Oh, from
And I'm a
Sukabumi.
Google Connect
Okay,
moderator.
congratulations for the new
Thank
role
you.
as a Connect moderator.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone should congratulate her. Okay, thank you.
Congrats, ya, Nyai. So proud. So proud of you. Is Rahmat still here? Mat? Okay, maybe later. Mbak Ratri, please.
Mati. Hi. My name is Ratri. I'm local guide level 8 from Tangerang, just like Doc Bells and Mita here from Tangerang, Indonesia. Thank you for having this inspirational meetup. Thank you, Doc Del, Mbak Indah, and Shreeya.
Okay, my question is, why is red? Why not pink?
Hey, Raja.
Ini pink, ini yang bawahnya pink, yang atasnya aku nggak tahu lagi mau apa karena aku cari di lemari ibu aku cuma ada
But
ini.
I saw you. That's red.
You look
okay.
You look lovely.
Berarti hadiahnya dikurangi ya?
Bawahnya udah ada pink gitu. Si Anil bilang aku kayak sultan loh, nggak apa-apa.
Bener.
Cuma anak-anak aku aja yang bilang serem banget, Bunda ngapain kan? Jadi kesini aku buka cepet-cepet.
Jadi Mbak Rati karena nggak ada pink, berarti hadiahnya dikurangin ya?
Iya, nanti sedotannya aja kirim.
Kasihan bener.
Baik.
Padahal Bunda Ratri ini menang kuis terus pokoknya.
Raja kuis.
Okay, thank you Mbak Ratri. Who's next on my list? I have Ma Rosi.
Mam Rosi.
Yeah, Rosi Ma, please.
Hi, Neha, congrats first for being a moderator. And I'm Rosie Kohli, level 7 local guide from Mumbai, India. And here, one more thing I would add. This month in Mumbai, there was a campaign for cancer patients, donate your hairs. Sorry, being sick, I don't cut my hairs, but many ladies went and they cut their hairs and donated for the wig. That is a very nice idea I like. Thank you. And thank you for the wonderful, I would say, informative session you all three gave. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rosima.
And Rosie ma'am name matches with the color of today.
Yeah, Rosie. And it's wearing pink as well, Guru Priya.
I did my prayers and I was wearing dupatta. I was wearing pink dress, but that dress didn't have dupatta. So I took another dupatta and got. And my and Iana's bit color is same shade. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marosi. Okay, let's move on with Shiris. We already got Shiris, Shreeya already. Shruti, darling.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaskar. I'm Shruti. Shruti from Mumbai. Local guide level 10. Thank you.
कैसे है श्रुति? कैसे है श्रुति?
मैं बढ़िया हूँ, आप कैसे हैं?
ठीक है, शुक्रिया.
नहीं, कांग्रेचुलेशन.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to hear
It's nice
Hindi
that
from you. Wow.
wonderful Hindi. कैसे हैं? वाह 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 वाह.
कैसे हैं?
Because I have an Indian friend here in Jakarta.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Raja has to follow back. Thank you, Shri. Big hugs for you, okay? Big hugs.
Stay strong, Shruti.
Now we have to learn Indonesia language, huh?
Yeah, we will. We'll
Yeah.
Okay, Mama, I will teach you, Mama. Mama
Thank
Roti,
you
I will
so
teach
much.
you.
So sweet of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anil teaches all the languages.
Yeah. We have Jane now, and then to be followed by Yulia. Jane?
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Jane, level 7. I join Bali Local Guides and Jakarta Local Guides. And thank you for this very informative meetup. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane, and sorry for keeping you awake.
But it's okay.
Almost midnight in Bali.
11.
Hope to
Apa kabar, Jen?
Hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Kita ketemu di Bali ya nanti ya.
Yes.
Having coffee at the water.
Finally, I have Mbak Yulia.
Oke, bisa pinjam ini nggak nanti, Nyai? Ke Bali sebentar.
Aku takut nggak dikirim. Aku nggak mau ngomong yang jelek-jelek ah.
Jangan,
Oke.
kita ke Dewata
Oke.
aja, beli lagi di Dewata aja.
Baik. Back to Kak Indah.
Mbak Yulia, la belle, ma belle Yulia, s'il vous plaît.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Hi, Mbak.
I'm Yulia. I'm from Tanggang Local Guide. I'm level 7.
And
Thank
you
you,
look
Mbak Indah, for the
fantastic in those things.
information, Dr. and Shreeya.
Thank you, Mbak Yulia. Ditunggu di Lipo.
Hey. Siap,
Thank
Bang
you so
Raja.
much. Okay, we still have around 22 people here. Can you please open your camera again? I know that we have taken pictures before, but let's do it one more
Indah.
time. Yes, Rahmat, there you are.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Rahmat, you haven't introduced yourself, and you've been such an important part of the meetings. Would you please? It's Rido and Fandi.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Rahmat. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm very happy to be part of this meetup. Thank you for all ladies. And Mainda, I want to say something. I remember once I have
Sure.
joined the campaign for cutting my age for support the breast cancer. Ya, jadi ada satu kampanye waktu itu di Casablanca atau saya lupa. Jadi kita ikut support, tapi untuk kanker anak atau apa ya Mbak ya?
Oh, ada banyak sih memang. Bulan apa, Mbak?
Ya, jadi kita support
November, kan?
dengan memotong rambut kita jadi botak gitu.
Yeah, benar. Just like what
Yeah.
Rossi mentioned before, cutting the hair for supporting. So there are so many campaign about supporting cancer. Yeah, for breast cancer we have Pinktober, and then we have No Bra Day. I think you know that very well. It's celebrated on I think every October 13 for No Bra Day, and then we have that cutting the hair for the week to support cancer patient. You know, because I think most of the cancer patients have to go through chemotherapy, and one of the most tremendous side effect of
Yes.
chemo is losing the hair. So by cutting your hair, you show also support. Yeah, I think Indonesia has a lot of campaign juga ya. We have Indonesia Gosping every October.
Yes.
We have we also have this year we have virtual pink walk from Love.
Yeah, virtual walk.
Most of them are
Yeah.
virtual now because of the pandemic, but I think the most important part is the support. So Rahmat waktu itu botak juga.
Iya dong.
And you know what, guys? This is something that I really love from my husband, and he's like next to me. When I was losing my hair, actually, it was not really losing the hair directly, but what happened is with the chemo, the hair is falling so easily. So after the first two chemos that I got, when I got home, when I sleep, some hairs fall and you can get a lot of hair on my pillow. You know, when you touch it like this and you get a handful of hair without you feeling it because of the chemo. So at that time, I have patches, you know, I have long hair, and then because of the chemo, then I have patches, no hair here, no hair there. It looks so depressing. So at the end, I come to the decision. My husband said, "You look so stressful with that. Let's just cut it off. You know, when you bulk your hair, I will do the same." So you know what we did? So we did cut it. I was crying and laughing at the same time because we are doing it together. I mean, me and my husband. So both of us have bald hair for a specific period of time. But of course, his hair is growing up. Mine is not until I finish my chemo. So I was bald for about 1.5 years. But again, this type of support is really, really important because
support,
it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Like I can do this, and again, like Raja said, together we can. So again, everyone, I know it's already late. Thank you so very much for everything. Please open your camera again.
Okay, Bang Rahmat, please introduce yourself.
Oh, already, Ja.
Already.
There's another one. Mifta with us now.
Ready. Hey, where are you?
Mifta.
Guys already introduced himself.
Already, everyone, yeah.
So everyone is already finished. Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a picture now.
Yes. Now,
come on.
Oh, Anil, I
Sir,
see
Anil,
you.
what are you doing?
Anil is also like Sultan, yeah, wearing the red turban.
Okay.
Do we have everybody? Okay, please. Open your camera. All right. I'll take pictures of it, and I know Jane have much better application for the pictures. Can you kindly help me with that, Jen? Thank you, darling. So cheese. That's smile. Okay. We good?
Okay.
We good.
All right.
Can I leave?
Do I look pretty?
Sorry? I love all the smiles. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate this. And Raja, shall we call it a day?
Okay, so this is the last session. Thank you for all my local guys friends from around the world. So thank you for all my speakers and
Thank you,
Indah,
guys.
Babel, dan juga Shreeya.
Thank you,
Okay, dan juga
everyone.
Rahmat. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Adi.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mbak Indah. Thank you, Mbak Del.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look